What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. It's Ars. Let's get productive. So today I'm going to be doing things a little bit different. You all know me for doing plugin reviews, VST reviews. I do that all day. But one of the things that's been happening lately, for me at least, I don't know if it's the same thing for y'all, is a lot of really cool drum packs and sample packs and really dope loops. All of these different things that you can purchase online from other producers in the producer community has been really helpful in my workflow. So what I want to do now is I want to start doing reviews of sample packs. Now, the first sample pack that I'm going to be reviewing comes from one of my favorite producers. I'm always listening to his music on the streaming services. Decap with his Drums That Knocks series is incredible, and he just released a brand new one called Drums That Knock X, and it's incredible. He has just the right amount of unique flair and nuance in his drums and his drum loops to really take your production and push it over to the next level, but he also still has a really good ear for sound design and what's hot right now. So you can really use his drum loops in just about any type of genre of music that you can think of, and I'm loving his new sample pack. So I wanted to start off this new series of reviewing sample packs with Drums That Knock X, and I'm going to be doing more in the future. So all you producers out there that watch my videos, if you have your own sample packs that you want me to review on this channel, please send them to arsineymusic@gmail.com. I'm going to be reviewing them. I'm going to be checking them out, and if I hear anything in those drum packs or sample packs that I think is really cool and interesting, I'm going to be reviewing them on this channel. But for the time being, I'm going to be doing my favorites, and we're going to start right here with Decap, Drums That Knock X. Let's see what this thing is all about. So, as always, I have Logic queued up, and what we have right here, over here on this left side, is the files for Drums That Knock X. Now, we're gonna head over to the website because there's a lot going on in this sample pack that I wanna cover, and I wanna make sure I don't leave anything out. This drum pack includes 693 different audio file types, and it has everything from 808s to break beat loops to drum loops. Then you have your standalone one-shots like hi-hats, different kicks, different snares. You have 15 different knock presets, 38 melodic loops. You have 7 MIDI file types. You have 36 melodic one-shots. So that can be everything from shouts to different sound effects, all kind of different things like that. You have 200 percussive one-shots, 76 percussion loops, 6 rap vocal loops, 18 risers, 53 shouts and ad-libs, 40 snares, claps, and rim shots. Now, what I want to do right now is just scroll down a little bit. As you can see, he's been doing his Drums That Knock series for a while. He's been putting out all kinds of different sample packs and sample loops. And I really love Decap's drums, one, because of the nuance of the sound of his drums. He tweaks them in such a way that it's just like, it's so different sonically than a lot of the drums that you may be used to hearing. But besides that, he's really good at bringing an obnoxious level of punch to his kicks and his snares and really making those drums slap. He recently released his own plugin called Knock, which I use on all of my drums now. It's kind of like a multi-effects for your drum processing. But right now, we're going to talk about his latest sample pack, Drums That Knock X. You could pick it up for $60, which may seem a little expensive for a sample pack, but like I said, this is one of those rare sample packs that have so much going on inside of it that you probably won't even need that many other sample packs after getting this one. I know for me, as far as the drums go, the drum loops, the drum one-shots, I've been using these drums on everything, whether it be the drum loops or it be just using the one-shots to kind of combine and make my own drum patterns. I've been using it on so many different things. It's incredible. Like it says right here, many of his sounds in this kit will run through analog saturation, compression, and Decap's plugin, the Knock plugin, like I was telling you about earlier. All of these things will run through that kind of processing, which gives it an additional punch. All of the drums and the samples in this thing are royalty free, so you can use it at your leisure. However you want to use it, that's up to you. You can go crazy with it, but this thing is full of really cool things. I'm loving the sounds inside of this thing. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go through some of the sounds, some of the loops, the kicks, the snares inside of this thing, and then I'm going to play you guys a beat that I cooked up using the drums from Drums That Knock X. So right here, you have 808s and bass, you have break beats. Let me just start off with some exciting things. Let's just play some break beats really quickly so we can hear what that sounds like. Like I said, he's really good at coming up with different, unique drum patterns and drum loops. Really great stuff. And play another one from the break beats. Now, this is the break beats loops category, so it has that kind of sound to it. So that's just a few from the break beat. So anybody out there that's doing, your boom bap, or lo-fi type beats, you can use a lot of these break beats and, add a low pass filter to it to kind of make it sit in your mix the way you want it to. He has regular drum loops, which is this is like Decap unleashed on his regular drum loops. Now, one of the really cool things about these drum loops is if you look over here on the screen, next to the name in the drum loops, he puts the tempo. So you can kind of match the drum loops up with your tempo. But honestly, once you drag and drop the audio into your DAW, you might just want to chop them up and, time stretch them however you want to work with your project. That's usually what I do, unless there's a drum loop it just fits the melody so perfect, I don't even want to change it. But if you did want to just work with the tempo he created the drum loop at, he has it set up for you right here. I'm not going to go through every single drum loop in this category, but as you can see, he has a bunch of regular drum loops for you to go through. We're going to scroll down to, let's see, some of his snares. I really like the snares in this kit, especially the rim shots. I think the rim shots sound really good in this kit, but here's some of the snares. I love that rim shot. It's a simple rim shot, but it's more so the way he processes his drums that it just snaps and punches a little bit differently. Like that one. Full of snares. We can go over to some of his percussion loops. And as you can see, it's full of loops. These are all loops, which is one of the things that I think is really missing in the sample pack game. A lot of people come up with sample packs that are just full of melodic loops for you to chop up and sample the way you want to sample it. But what I really think is missing is sample packs that are entirely made up of drum loops and just a lot of different unique categories of drum loops that are just hard hitting and just ready to be used. We can go over here to some of the melodic loops. really like the bells in that one. That one is really cool. And one of the things I like about his melodic loops is they're very stripped down. Like they have really cool sounding melodies and they have really cool sounding instruments that put those melodies together, but it's not so jam-packed with sounds that he basically created the entire composition for you. He gave you just enough to jumpstart your own creative ideas, and then you can build on top of it and make it your own. So I love that. Like I said, that bell sample that I heard, like I may not want to use that loop, but I love that bell. That bell sounds crazy. So I might just sample the bell and play it how I want to play it. I'm gonna go through some of the kick one shots for you guys really quickly. Mm. So as you can hear, it's full of different kinds of kicks, but it's really different kinds of kicks. Like a lot of times in sample packs, you get these sample packs that are trap based and all of the kicks basically sound the same and all of the snares basically sound like 808 trap snares. And there's not much difference in, I guess we could say, the sonic integrity of the sound. It kind of just sounds like every other sound in a different pitch. Whereas in this sample pack, all of the kicks sound different. We can play some of the 808s and bass really quick. That one right there is nasty. That one is crazy. Crazy. So again, I can't sit here and go through 700 sounds, but I can just promise you that you are going to love the sample pack if you pick it up. Now, what I want to do right now is get into the pickup. I want to play you guys a beat that I made using drums that knock X. Now, just to go through some of the sounds and some of what's happening here really quickly, the entire drum section of my beat was made with drums that I put into a drum sampler, and I just played a bunch of different one shots from this sample pack, and I came up with my own drum loop. The drum loop sounds like this. Like I said, the sounds in this thing is crazy. This drum loop isn't even a drum loop that came from his sample pack. This drum loop was just comprised entirely of the one-shot kicks, snares, hi-hats, and percussions that he has in his sample pack, and I made my own drum loop out of it. Now, the next thing I did was I went over to my VST that I created called No Tonic, and I used one of the chord progressions in the upcoming expansion pack that I'll be releasing next month. The name of the sound in that expansion pack is Ibiza. And I used that as the main chord structure of the beat. And then I built on top of that chord structure with one of Decap's very own melodic loops. So I was able to make the basic structure of the beat with my chords and then go over to his melodic loops out of his sample pack and add on top of it. And his melodic loops sounded like this. So between the drum pattern that I created using the one shots in drums that knock X and that extra melodic layered sauce that I was able to add on top of the chords that I created, I was able to come up with an entire beat that sounds like this. And that's it. That's the beat I created using Drums That Knock X. Now, like I said, I really feel like this is one of those, the one sample pack to rule them all sample packs. Obviously, there's tons of sample packs on the market, and you can go from everything from live sounding soulful loops to drum loops to trap loops. There's so many different genres of sample packs and sounds you can get. So I'm not saying that this one sample pack, you will never need another sample pack. But what I am saying is, as far as the drums department goes, drum loops, drum one-shots, I find it really hard to think of a sample pack that competes with this one in that category. Like, I have my own sample packs. And when it comes to drums, I dig into this sample pack for the drums. Between the drum loops, percussion loops, hi-hat loops, one-shots, all across the board, you can create a beat for any genre just using this sample pack. And that's not even talking about, you know, the MIDI files and all of the different melodic loops that's in the sample pack, and the risers and the vocal shouts, all of these different things that are inside of this sample pack. It is loaded with nothing but fire inside of this thing. But let me know what you guys think. Is this something that you think you're going to be checking out? Did you know about Decap before I created this video? If there's any plugins or VSTs that you'd like to see me review on this channel, leave it down in the comment section below. As always, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you can stay notified anytime I drop a new video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.